Hi guys. Um, my name is Brendy. Obviously, you guys probably know that because you're on my page, brendyheater.com. Wanted to do this quick video because last week I published, I wrote the article behind the scenes of our daily schedule. I got a lot of requests for that for whatever reason, and so I went and I wrote up what our daily schedule was. And in that, I had a notation at the dinner time slot. I just put reward stars. And I got some questions about that. What does that mean? What does that look like at dinner time? And so I got some time cut aside for you guys, and I wanted to actually show you what that looks like. For those of you guys who are joining, can you just make sure you can hear me? Because I can't tell. So if anybody's there, could you type in and let me know if you can hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs down, just let me know. Okay, so reward stars. My children, just a quick summary. My children are currently 5, 3, and 1. And so they're a little bit young to be doing things like, oh, thank you, Megan, for letting me know. They're a little young to be doing chores of commerce, going back and forth for allowance or commission. So, but I wanted to start doing something. So I found this product on Amazon. Of course, it's on Amazon. Should I even have to say that? And so I wanted to explain it to you. I started taking pictures of it, and it was going to be one of those irritating blog posts where it's 47 pictures and you still are confused about what the point is. So I decided to just do a video. Also, disclaimer, I spilled coffee on this about 30 seconds before going live, so it's a little bit wet. Okay, so this is what our reward star system looks like. It is on Amazon. I think it's like $19 or something, and it is fully customizable, and this is why I love it so much. So I'm going to quickly go through this so it's not a long, irritating video. But each of these things can be customized. So these are the things we're working on right now. You also get these come off, and you get blank stickers, and you can write whatever you want to work on. So they didn't have one for respectful words, and that's something that's really, really, really huge for my husband and I. Our kids are expected to say yes ma'am, no sir, etc., or and including to other people. So if they say yes sir, no, no thank you to somebody else, that's really important to us. So we added respectful words. Okay, so you can change these out as they need to work on something. So for instance, this one is an important one for all parents in the universe. Go to bed and stay in bed. Very important. You can go to bed, but you have to stay in bed. So right now we're working on sharing toys, no whining, clean your mess, and set the table. And I also wrote on there, set the table and good manners. Because if you set the table and then you come to the table acting like a lunatic, you don't get a star for that. That doesn't work. So that's something that my oldest is working on. Okay, so the other cool thing I like about this, so these stars come on and off, okay? So it's easy to use. You don't got to wipe anything down. And then you can put what they're working on. I make my kids get all of them. I want them to get them all, and then we go out to family ice cream. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's coffee all over this. The other thing is it's very durable and it is wipeable. Sorry. So, okay. So before I explain how it works at dinner, I wanted to show you. I keep all of the extra in a bag that's just by the fridge. So it comes with a bunch of other things that maybe your kids need to work on. Some of these aren't really applicable to my family because they have one called Take Care of Your Pets, make your bed, go potty. Those aren't things that we really are working on right now. So I have these specific ones that I'm focusing on. So they also have, like I mentioned earlier, they've got blank ones that you can make. And I think there's 45 different things. So if you've got somebody who refuses to eat vegetables, they have one for you, and then the kids get stars from that. And like I said, they have a bunch of blank ones that you can make your own. So it can be very, very specific. I love this thing so much. Okay, so it's called the I Can Do It reward chart. And there is a ton of options in order to make it work for your family. Okay, let me try to get stuff away from the coffee. So this is how it works at dinner. We used to do this after dinner, after bed, after bath, after teeth and everything. And we found that it was too hard to wrangle everybody back up and to get everybody seated again. So what we do is we do stars when everybody's done eating or close to being done eating. So we go and get the stars. I have the extra jar of stars that are usually kept somewhere on the fridge. Oh, the other thing about this, it comes with a magnet. And so I just keep it right, where is it? Right on my fridge. So I just keep it right there and I just grab it. So I grab stars when people are just starting to finish up dinner, and we go through and we figure out if we get stars. Some of these, depending on what we're working on, some of these rows are isolated to one child who's working on something in particular. For instance, my middle son, he is the biggest whiner face in the history of children, and it drives me up the wall. So this one is just one that he's working on. He's the only one that can earn stars for no whining. And during the day, if he starts really ramping up with his whining, I will remove these stars so fast, and he does not want me to remove stars. It really upsets him. So all I have to do is just walk over to the fridge, and I slowly, very theatrical, because I do everything theatrical, I slowly go over there and I make sure that he hears the Velcro come off, and then he stops whining so fast, guys. It's magic. It's magical. So I have some of these isolated. So the oldest, his job is to set the table, and he has terrible table manners. So this is the only one he can work on. The other two actually are pretty good at table manners, so they're not working on this. So you can really customize it, if that makes sense. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I can see the questions come in live, so let me know if you have questions. So I will go through, and we will go through each row, and we will decide who gets a star. The reason why I love doing it at dinner time, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't think about it earlier, is that I do it when I've got two still strapped in high chairs. Okay, that's a big deal because they're already contained. So those two things right there, those are amazing. They get stuck in there, and then they can't get out, and it's a lot easier to do the stars. So we go through, and I rotate who actually gets to put the stars on. And you guys, it's a big celebration. Okay, we're chapping, we're clapping, and we're cheering, and it's very fun, and they love this. The only star that we give them all, but they're for the go to bed and stay in bed. That's for the night before. Okay, so they get this one for the previous night. Okay, does that make sense? And then once we have them all filled up, we go get ice cream, and they get to pick whatever that reward is. They usually pick ice cream because they love ice cream. So we actually go somewhere, and it's a big deal. So one of the questions that I get a lot about this is how long does it take to fill up? And that really depends on your family, and that depends on how hardcore you are. I make them do it all. So this could take a while, and this whining row, it takes a long time to get filled. But what's starting to happen with this is that the older one, my 5-year-old, is really encouraging the 3-year-old to stop whining. So if he starts hearing him whine, he'll say, you're not going to get your star. You're not going to get your star. So there's some good positive reinforcement and peer pressure in this, and I love that. So Sybil says, are the columns at the top days? Yes, that's a good question. The columns are days, and so you can, so it goes in a week. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that it goes however long it takes for my kids to fill it up is how long it takes. And like I said, I take stars away, so sometimes it takes them a long time. And we went through a bedtime revolt a few weeks ago. It was like, I don't know, some sort of a schedule revolution, and they lost, by the way. So they didn't get stay in bed stars for a long time. But anyways, this also, the last thing I want to say, unless you guys have any questions, is I love how this